So, welcome to class, everybody, in this remote version of screenshots, and you might as well say remote control. We welcome you today, a day before Independence Day in the States. And for those people out there, all five of you who don't know this category, I'm going to explain it as best I can. It's a division of moviedom that's really was frowned upon for a number of years, but pretty well it is an established description of a certain type of character or a certain type of movie. Now it became a major popularity going back to the Katharine Hepburn, Audrey Hepburn years. No relation, of course. Uh, a young woman with eccentric personality quirks who serves as the romantic interest of her male protagonist. Of course, it's got to be the manic pixie dream girl description or category. The term was officially coined by film critic Nathan Rabin after observing, of all people, Kirsten Dunst's character in Elizabethtown. Rabin criticized the type as one dimensional, existing only to provide emotional support for the male character of the piece or to teach an important life lesson, with receiving nothing in return. The term has since entered the gender vernacular. Now, Meg Ryan's in this category. Goldie Hawn and her daughter Kate Hudson. Kate Hudson, a big example, obviously almost famous. The groupie hooker with a heart of gold. Now, when Rabin coined the term in 2007 in his review of the 2005 film Elizabethtown, which I saw and is terrible, for the AV Club, in discussing Dunst's character, he said, Dunst embodies a character type I like to call the manic pixie dream girl, a character who exists solely in the fevered imaginations of sensitive writer-directors to teach brutally soulful young men to embrace life and its infinite mysteries and adventure. Now, in certain cases, like Girl Interrupted and other movies where there's not many male protagonists, they still can exist with no relationship with men. Now, a year later, the AV Club ran a piece listing 16 characters that they deemed manic pixie dream girls, including Katharine Hepburn in Bringing Up Baby, Goldie Hawn's character Jill in Butterflies Are Free. Well, you can pretty well have any Kate Hudson performance, Goldie Hawn performance from the 60s and 70s, and Winona Ryder's character at bottom in New York. Thereafter, the new term spread throughout the media, including National Public Radio and Jezebel. Now, in an interview in 2012 about her movie Ruby Sparks, and this is very interesting as well, just 5 years later, Zoe Kazan expressed some displeasure with the category and skepticism or use of the term, noted that its use could be reductive, diminutive, and misogynist. She disagreed that Hepburn's character in Bring Up Baby is MPDG. I think that to lump together all individual, original, quirky women under that rubric is to erase all difference. Now, in its December 2012 video, all movie critic Carmela Collar embraced the term, noting that its pejorative use is mainly directed at writers who do not give these female characters more to do. Now, in December 2012, Slate's Alicia Harris posted that the critiques of the MPDG may have something more common than the archetype itself, suggesting that filmmakers have been forced to become self-aware about such characters and that the trope has largely disappeared from film. Now, in July 2013, Kat Stoffel for New York Magazine argued that the term has its uses, but has sometimes been deployed in ways that are sexist. For example, she noted that it was levied criminally at Diane Keaton and Annie Hall and Zoe Deschanel, the actual person. How could a real person defining trait be a lack of interior life? Now, similar sentiments were presented by Monica Bartziel for the week in April 2013, who wrote this once useful piece of critical shorthand has devolved into laziness and sexism. Bartziel argues that Manic Pixie Dream Girl was useful when it was commented on the superficiality of female characterizations in male-dominated journeys, but has since devolved into a pejorative way to deride unique women in fiction and reality. Now, the Manic Pixie Dream Girl shows up in different places. Even Tarantino's True Romance, certain action movies. You might as well say Lois Lane with Superman, because Lois Lane is trying to bring the best out of Clark Kent with no tolerance for herself. Like, what is Lois Lane going to get out of hanging with Superman or Clark Kent? We never know. Now, July 2014, writing for Salon, Raven stated that the term manic pixie dream girl the deployed in ways that are sexist and have become as much a cliche as the trope itself. Rabin acknowledged that the phrase has its uses in specific limited contexts, but overwhelmingly popularity has limited effectiveness. Rabin concluded by saying that the term should be put to rest. Now, Zoe Deschanel in 2022 rejected the label's application to her, saying, "I don't feel it's accurate. I'm not a girl, I'm a woman. It doesn't hurt my feelings, but it's a way of making a woman one-dimensional, and I'm not one-dimensional." According to Variety, the label had followed her throughout her career since her appearance in 500 Days of Summer. Now, a male version of this trope, the Manic Pixie Dream Boy or Manic Pixie Dream Guy, was found in Augustus Waters from the film version of Fault in the Stars, 2014. He was given his title in a 2014 Vulture article, in which Matt Patches, great name by the way, stated he's a bad boy, he's a sweetheart, he's a dumb jock, he's a nerd, he's a philosopher, he's a poet, he's a victim, he's a survivor. He's everything everyone wants in their lives. He's a fallacious notion of what we can't actually have in our lives. The Manic Pixie Dream Boy trope has been pointed out in sitcoms such as Park and Recreation and 30 Rock. The female protagonists of these shows marry men, Adam Scott's Ben Wyatt and James Marsden's Chris Cross, respectively, who, according to a 2012 Grantland article, patiently tamped down her stubbornness and temper while appreciating her quirks, helping her become her best possible self. Maybe that's a gentleman trope, but I really don't see it. So IMDb has a very interesting take on this. There was a list posted by someone called Tarquin Tree 3115 455676, and these are some of the key movies. Besides Elizabethtown, I Love You, Alice B. Tokus, which came out in '68. Garden State, obviously, with Natalie Portman. Butterflies Are Free, Almost Famous. The Meg Ryan, the category Joe versus Volcano. The Apartment, Bringing Up Baby. What's Up Doc, Annie Hall. Breakfast at Tiffany's, Something Wild. Sweet November, Autumn in New York. The Last Kiss, My Sassy Girl. Ellie's Story, The Fifth Element. Enchanted. Miss Pettigrew Lives for a Day. Nanny Museum, Battle of the Smithsonian. Clooney Brown, Harold and Maude. Killing Zoe, Forces of Nature. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Ghost World, which is kind of a hard category because Buscemi is many years older than the Tora Birch character. Real Genius, Stranger in Fiction. Gideon's Daughter, House Sitter. Cactus Flower, again another two goalie Hans. Fight Club, Yes Man, 500 Days of Summer. Elf, Chungking Express, Happy Go Lucky, Benny and June. The Girl Next Door, I Love You Man. Emily, Breaking the Waves. Bull Durham, that's the older version. Watching the Detectives, Juno. Mr. Magnorium's Wonder Emporium, Playing by Heart. Waitress, The Lady Eve. The Sterile Cuckoo. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the most, what they call it, is almost a double reverse. Manic Pixie Dream Boy and Dream Girl. House of Yes, Shadowlands. Titanic, Moving McAllister. Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Along Came Polly. Love Happens, Youth in Revolt. And on and on and on. And, of course, Better Off Dead. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to say that these tropes have gone away. But, see, as members of the media, we always try to categorize it. This category was thrust upon it. And there's a major book, I think it was published a couple of years ago, just on Manic Pixie Dream Girl. So, did this writer do it to sell more of his, write-ups in the paper, or was this something that they needed a category to explain it? So, movie critics are not that smart because we'll go to a movie and what you're seeing we don't see. So, you don't go to a plate of beautiful spaghetti. Well, it's it's too much tomato sauce and spaghetti. That's just nitpicking. It is there is a Manic Pixie Dream Girl in the Hahn family, Goldie and Kate, and if anything compares to these people, that's their natural personality coming on screen. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the story of the Manic Pixie Dream Girl trope. If you like what they're doing here, give us a like, comment, subscribe, or share.